And instead of you going, oh man, I left a lot of money on the table. No, you didn't. You got a buyer for life. Go find more assets, more opportunities. You got a buyer for life. Just wholesale those things to them all day long. When writing this offer, we're going to find the maximum allowable offer by knowing the answer for these numbers, okay? Question number one, you guys must identify and determine what is the after repaired value, meaning after you fix it up and do whatever it is you plan on doing to it, what can you sell it for, okay? And don't go crazy here like the wholesalers do. Wholesalers are the biggest liars on planet Earth, because if true legitimate after repaired value is $300,000, when they send you that email blast, they're going to tell you that the after repaired value is $380,000. No, it's not. There's no comps that support that valuation. Don't blow smoke, okay? Check the numbers and make sure that your ARV is accurate. Now, be on the upper side of aggressive, because you're smart and you do really good work and you know how to stage and merchandise the property for sale effectively so you can command top dollar. But if you don't know how to do those things, then you probably want to be a little bit more conservative on that ARV value so you make sure that you can get the funding that you need and that you write the right offer. Secondly, how much is the buyer expecting to profit from the home? Okay? So when you make this offer to your prospective seller, you got to build your profit into the offer. Now, remember this adage, okay? In real estate, you make money when you buy, you make your money when you buy, and you realize your investment when you sell, which means if you pay too much for the asset, you won't be able to sell it. So if you are a motivated buyer, because you've not invested the time to find enough good quality opportunities to look at and to bid on, and you become a motivated buyer because you're just so desperate to buy something, you'll buy anything, you're going to end up being a motivated seller and you will lose money. It is a lose-lose scenario. You can never be motivated to buy real estate, okay? We buy because the numbers make it a good deal and the numbers say buy. We don't buy because you woke up this morning and thought, hey, you know what? I should buy some real estate today. That is not the reason to buy real estate. You buy it because the numbers make sense. So build in your profit, build in your costs. How much is it going to cost you to fix it up, to put it into sellable condition? And then you need to include your fixed costs. Fixed costs are your purchase price, your financing costs, your closing costs, your carrying costs, your rehab costs, your monthly gas bill, electric bill, water bill, sewer bill. These are going to be fixed costs. You're going to have those costs every single month, which brings us to the next point, and that is you got to move fast, okay? You guys cannot move slow on this stuff. You've got to move quickly. And then, of course, you need to build in your wholesale fee, okay? How much are you seeking to make from this deal? Now, let me give you guys some baselines, some benchmarks, okay? The average wholesale fee, the average, is about $18,000, but you should not plan on making $18,000. Your minimum net, okay, now when you wholesale, you're always going to wholesale for a net amount, which means whoever you're wholesaling the property to, they're going to pay all the fees. Closing costs, excise tax, any seller premiums that are there, any bringing the taxes current, or if it's a subject to deal, taking over the underlying lien, bringing it current, okay? It's a net to you, and the number is $10,000, baseline. You guys cannot make a living if you're making less than $10,000 on a wholesale deal. Well, some of you are going, well, Lee, I'd be happy just to make $5,000. No. Remember, there's going to be negotiation here, all right? So when you're building in your profit and loss analysis, just plan on and build in a $10,000 wholesale fee, a net fee. Now, if your buyer comes to you and wants to negotiate that net fee down because they need a better price to make their numbers work, that doesn't mean we take a haircut on our fee. No, it means that we go back to the seller and we say, hey, I got good news and I got bad news. The bad news is I don't have enough margin to get this thing sold. The good news is if we can shave off $3,000 on the price we originally agreed to, we can get this thing closed next week, okay? So we apply the downward pressure on the costs from our buyer to the seller. We keep our $10,000. It doesn't move. We are unflexible because you guys have done a lot of work, right? For one, you had to sit through this presentation to learn how to do this the right way. You had to run the ads, talk to the seller, negotiate the deal, get it under contract, market for the buyer. Now you got the buyer. You want to make less? No. So here is your formula. Please write this down. Your maximum allowable offer is your after repaired value minus your profit, minus your repair costs, minus your fixed costs, minus your wholesale fee, okay? This is your maximum allowable offer. And what you guys can see from this is that we are already building in the person that's gonna buy this property from us. Remember, we're wholesaling this, we're not flipping it. We're already building in their fixed cost, their rehab costs, their purchase price, their carrying costs, and their profit. Because that's the key, that's the secret sauce of wholesaling, is you've got to find good enough deals and leave enough meat on the bone that the person you're wholesaling to can still walk away and make 20, 25 grand. And that is the other baseline number that you need to write down. As a wholesaler, you need to plan on netting 10, okay? But when you're building in your numbers, you need to build in numbers where your end buyer is going to make at minimum $25,000 net. Well, why should they make more than me? Because they're taking on the bulk of the risk. They're the ones that are actually buying the property, taking title in their name, either using their own cash or getting funding through Coco Capital through you as their broker. They're the ones on the hook for making that monthly payment on the debt service. They're the ones making the payment on the taxes and the insurance and the rehab costs and the contractors. They should make more. They deserve to make more. They're doing more, okay? Now, a mentor told me years ago, Lee, don't count other people's money. So don't worry that they're making 25 or 50 or 100. The best outcome you could have, you guys, as a wholesaler is that whoever you wholesaled the house to made $50,000 in cash. And instead of you going, oh man, I left a lot of money on the table. No, you didn't. You got a buyer for life. Go find more assets, more opportunities. You got a buyer for life. Just wholesale those things to them all day long.